umpire, he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. That's the old ball game.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where this afternoon the Baltimore Orioles will be wrapping up the final game of a 3-game series against the Cincinnati Reds here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal, the BirdWatcher here. People call me BW for short, and that works for me. Folks, the Orioles are trying to do something today they haven't done yet this season, win back-to-back series. After winning yesterday, that's what we're going to try to do. This 9-game homestand was shortened to 8 games after a rainout in the first game against the Blue Jays. With a win today, we would go 5-3 on that 8-game homestand, and based on how things have started this season, I think we'll take it. I think that would give us some nice momentum before we head out for 6 games. 3 against Washington and 3 out in Detroit. We'll come back home next Monday after that for 3 games at the Yard against the Yankees. So we've got 8 games. 8 games to get ready for the Yankees. We made up a game on them yesterday with our win and their extra innings loss to the Tampa Bay Rays. We still got work to do. We've got the Red Sox ahead of us, the Blue Jays ahead of us. But all we can do is put our heads down and try to win ball games. Today we're going to have Charlie Morton on the mound. So optimism, it might be difficult to find. Morton, through his first 4 starts, has been nothing short of disastrous. He is actually now gone 6 straight starts, going back to his final 2 starts with the Braves, giving up at least 4 runs in each start. And that is the longest such streak of any starting pitcher in active baseball. That is a fact you can't really get away from. But, folks, you can only have hope. I will say this. I do feel that there's a chance this could be Morton's final start if he has a similar one to the first 4 ones he's had coming into today. And part of that reasoning, I think, is that Kyle Gibson is going to be ready, I think, the next time the spot comes up in the rotation, which wouldn't be till next weekend. We'll have an off day on Monday, so that'll push everybody up a day. And we also had a transaction move, or what do you call it, a roster move. Brandon Young, who made the start yesterday's Major League debut, he went 4 innings. He wasn't too impressive, but he didn't get completely shelled. Kept us in the game enough for our offense to provide the spark with 5 home runs, 2 of them by Ramon Laureano coming into the game, replacing Heston Kjerstad, who, by the way, thankfully had a X-ray on the elbow that he was hit with that took him out of the game. He was feeling some pain there, so he wasn't really able to swing the bat. But the X-rays came back negative, and Kjerstad apparently arrived at the clubhouse today in good spirits. So hopefully all will be well with him, and it's going to be a day-to-day situation. The Reds are going to be using a left-hander to start today's game in what will appear to be a bullpen game for Cincinnati. They were pretty coy about this. They did not release who was going to start today's game until the lineup card came out. It's veteran left-hander Brent Suter, who typically is a relief pitcher, will pitch a couple innings in relief, from time to time. He does have that stamina in him to go a little bit longer than your average reliever. But this will only be, I believe he's made 10 starts since the 2018 season, which was the last time he was more of a starter than he was a reliever. So he's only made a couple of starts on average a year since 2018. This is typically not his role. But he will be the starter today, and that's your matchup, folks. I got a feeling this might be the least dazzling matchup on paper between starting pitchers today. Charlie Morton 0-4 against Brent Suter. But hey, you never know. Let's see what happens today. Hopefully the offense is going to keep things going because we may need 6, 7, 8 runs to win this thing. But the bullpen, like yesterday, has been our saving grace. It really has. We had 5 innings, we had the 4 innings from Brandon Young, and we had to figure out a way to stretch the last 5 innings out with our bullpen, and we did so pretty successfully, only giving up an additional run along the way. And Felix Bautista, who wasn't in the game to begin the 9th inning because we had a 5-run lead, once the game got into a save situation, he came in and closed the door, got his second save of the season. So good and bad news. It's too bad Matt Bowman couldn't close out the 9th when he started it because that would have allowed Bautista to be available to pitch today in this very important rubber game. If it is a close one and we got a slim late lead, you'd like to have Bautista to turn to, but if he is still in that status of won't pitch back-to-back games, then he is not available today. Now, when that status is going to be lifted, I don't know, because it seems like they were saying the first month of the season, that's what we're going to do. But, I mean, this season began final week of March, so 1 month is only a few days away. When will Felix Bautista be ready for back-to-back games? It would be nice. He hasn't really had a reason to be used in back-to-back games. Unfortunately, we haven't had a whole lot of save situations early on in the season, so I guess if there's a silver lining, we haven't really needed him for back-to-back games, but if we are going to start turning things around and start winning a little more frequently, then we're going to want him available to pitch consecutive days if possible. So we're going to find out whenever that is, I think, in the next week or so, I hope. But I digress, folks. Let's get into today's game with the pitching matchup again, Charlie Morton and Brent Suter. And I'll go over the starting lineups here momentarily. Let me bring it up over here on the ESPN page. Happy Easter to everybody, and happy 420. I tend to celebrate the latter holiday a little bit more myself, but everybody feel free to, observe whatever you like. Okay, so for the visiting Cincinnati Reds, TJ Friedel will lead off and play center field. Matt McLain will bat second and play second base. Ellie De La Cruz will be the number 3 hitter and playing at shortstop. Austin Hayes will DH today. He is the cleanup hitter, as he has been throughout this series. Gavin Lux is in left field today. He will bat 5th. Spencer Steer back in the lineup after a day off yesterday. He's at first base hitting 6th. Jake Fraley, who hit a home run that landed on Utah Street yesterday, he is in right field batting 7th. Noelvi Marte at third base hitting 8th. And the number 9 hitter, Austin Wynns, who is the backup catcher for Cincinnati. For the Orioles, it's a bit of an interesting lineup, and I think the reason why it is the way it is because the Reds were, again, being coy about who they were going to start. I don't think the Orioles had any idea who the Reds were going to send out there until they turned in their lineup card, because this does not look like your typical lineup against a left-handed starter. You got a lot of lefties at the top of the order, and then a lot of right-handers stocked at the bottom. Stacked. Did I say stocked? Sorry. It just seems to me like perhaps the Orioles just turned in a lineup card that they thought was their best guess at what the Reds might be doing, and maybe they thought a right-hander was more likely than a left-hander, hence the heavy lefty top of the order. But against a lefty starter, you just wish you could maybe rearrange a couple of these names. It's not so much the names in this lineup than it is just the order. But anyway, here you go. Said Mullins is going to lead off and play center field. Gunnar Henderson will bat second and be the shortstop. Adley Rutschman will do the catching and hit third. Ryan O'Hearn is in right field and will be the cleanup hitter today. So right there, your top 4 hitters, 3 lefties, and then the switch hitter Rutschman. Your first right-hander is Ryan Mountcastle hitting 5th. He's at first base. Jordan Westburg is going to DH again, batting 6th. Jackson Holliday's moved up to the 7th spot in the order. And again, against a lefty, I feel like if they knew that, he would be batting lower. He is playing at second base. Ramon Arias batting behind him at third base, hitting 8th. And Ramon Laureano, who again, not only hit 2 home runs yesterday, he nearly hit a third in his final AB. Took another one to the wall. 3 home runs of his 4 hits for the club so far this season. He is in left field and batting 9th tonight. All right, we're already a couple of minutes past the 1:30. Sorry, 12:30 for me, 1:30 for you. Get this game up. Charm City chat, how are you? Let me know how you're doing. Are you feeling good after the win yesterday? I hope so. You know, when you put things into perspective, Hunter Green for the Reds, his ERA going into that game yesterday was under 1. He had one of the very best pitching lines in all of baseball through the first 4 starts of the season. Pretty much every ace of every team has made 4 starts or is about to make their 5th now that we're hitting about the 20-game mark of the season. And amongst all of them, Hunter Green, with his stats, was right up at the top. And we crushed him. We absolutely knocked him out. Just a few innings of work he got in yesterday. And that to me is an encouraging sign. Not only did the bats wake up yesterday, they did it against a really tough pitcher, or at least who had been tough up until yesterday. Now we're facing a bullpen game. It just goes to show you never know, folks. I mean, if you're looking at yesterday's matchup, Brandon Young, a guy who probably doesn't get a chance to start in the majors unless it's a situation like the one we have where like 8 pitchers are down. And you had him going up against Hunter Green, who is an established pitcher in the bigs. He's the ace of the Red staff. And again, he's near or at top of the leaderboard in a lot of categories. You would assume the Reds are going to win that game. But that just goes to show you, folks, you never know. You never know, you never know. Heston Kjerstad is listed as day-to-day, so it is a lefty starter on the mound, so his bat not being in the lineup for this one doesn't hurt too bad, and I think we face a lefty in the first game against the Nationals. We also have that day off tomorrow, so I'm hoping at worst Kjerstad will be back in the lineup by Tuesday. In fact, I want to make sure, what is the pecking order against the Nationals coming up? We face Parker, Williams, and Gore. I think Parker is a lefty. Yes, Mitchell Parker, left-hander. So, yeah, on Tuesday, if Kjerstad isn't ready, not the end of the world. We'll go with Laureano in the outfield again. Then their first right-hander, Trevor Williams. All right, first pitch of the ball game, folks, is in there for a strike, and we're underway. Charlie Morton starts the ball game off with a strike. And his next pitch is fouled back. It's 0-2. All right. Come on, Charlie. If we had an entire stable of healthy arms, you'd have to wonder whether or not Morton would still be in this rotation after those first 4 starts. 0-2 pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Friedel at the plate hitting .307, 1 homer, 9 RBI. Let's see if that scoreboard is up and running yet. Nope, not quite. 1-2 pitch is hit on the ground, right-hand side. Holiday near the first base bag with a short flip to get the out. All right, Charlie Morton gets a weak grounder to begin the ball game. That's 1 out. Matt McLean up next. And yes, this is the same shirt you saw me in for yesterday's game. It's still the same day for me. I try to get some sleep. It wasn't happening. There's a first pitch strike to McLean. He's hitting .182, hit his 4th home run in this series. 4th home run of the season in this series. He's got 9 RBI. This one's hit in the air, left field. Laureano and Mullins. Mullins waves off Laureano as looks like we maybe have more tricky wind out there today. That ball looked like it was going a straightaway left. Wound up closer to center field than left field. Mullins with the catch, 2 down. I haven't had a look, Michael, at the panorama shot of the ballpark yet. Can't really gauge the crowd size. First pitch to Ellie De La Cruz. Looks like it caught the top of the zone with a fastball, but it's called a ball. And this next pitch is fouled away. 241 average for De La Cruz, 4 homers, 21 driven in. The 1-1, a check swing. It looks like he went around, and he did. After an appeal, third base umpire says he went. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next offering is a curveball in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, here's one side view of the lower bowl, and there's a lot of empty seats in the lower bowl down the third base line. Two and two the count. Morton's delivery, curveball inside, and the count goes full. All we want is to see a 1-2-3 inning out of Morton and give us a little bit of hope. You don't want to walk this guy, and you don't want to leave a mistake pitch. That is a walk. Curveball that missed low. 2-out walk from Morton. And walking this guy is pretty much tantamount to giving up a double. Ellie De La Cruz will be running as soon as he's ready. All right, Austin Hayes is up. First pitch is outside on the fastball. A sinker. Make it from Morton. Hayes hitting .364, 3 home runs, 7 RBI. He's only been with the club for about 20-something at-bats. There's a check on De La Cruz. He's back. One-oh. There goes the runner, and the throw down is late. Ellie De La Cruz runs when he wants to. And that's why you don't want to walk this guy. 2 down and now a runner in scoring position. Not a bad throw by Rutschman. It was right on target. Swing and a miss. 2-1 on Hayes. Hayes with a home run off of Bowman yesterday in the 9th inning that got Bautista up to help close the game out. That pitch is off the plate, and now Morton's fallen behind Hayes here, 3-1. Okay, the scoreboard is up. Three balls, 1 strike. The pitch. There's a called strike. Belt high on the outside edge. Full count. Just getting started here, folks. Scoreless in the top of the first. 2 away with Ellie De La Cruz out at second base. Payoff pitch. Outside. Ball 4. Not close. Morton gives up back-to-back walks. How many? What did he give up? Maybe 5 walks in his last outing. I mean, it's a right-hander. It's Austin Hayes. You got to go after him, man. You got to give him a pitch. Now you got the lefty bat of Gavin Lux, who's hitting over 300. Lux reached 4 times yesterday. And he takes a first pitch outside for ball 1. Good grief. Adley, you want to talk to Charlie for a sec? That's the problem with a pitcher like Morton. What do you tell a guy who's 41 years old and you're 15 years his younger than him? 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. Promising start to the inning. Got the first 2 batters out. Now Morton's up to 20 pitches, back-to-back walks, and a 2-0 count on Gavin Lux. Morton is still not on the rubber yet. Now he is. Okay, 2-0 pitch coming. That one's hit on the ground, and Holiday has it over to first. In time, we get out of the inning. Okay. 2 walks for Morton. 2 runners left stranded. We go to the bottom of the first. Reds nothing, and the Orioles coming up. Oh boy. Hey, maybe Morton will throw a no-hitter with 15 walks. I don't know. Who knows? Mullins, Gunner, Adley. You're up. How you doing, Charm City chat? Hey, by the way, yesterday was a really nice turnout. It was actually the second highest viewer count for any game I've done this season besides opening day. You guys showed up for a good one. It was an epic game. Who's here? Matt, Ryan, Joshua, Steve, El Duderino, Mr. Hyde, Bill, Michael, Baxter, Erica, Rob, Malik, Travis, Soren, Deshaun, Patrick, Jew Brownie, Michael. Hello. Happy Easter. Happy 420. Speaking of 420, let's go. Lovely. Bottom of the first coming up. Said Mullins.
Well said, now you know what to do.
Said has been knowing what to do all season long. First pitch to him is taken inside from Suter for ball one. Suter has no record, 2.70 ERA, just 6 2/3 innings. And he throws a strike right over the heart of the plate, 1-1. He's got a herky-jerky delivery from that southpaw side. And Mullins with a little bloop shot, a barehanded stab by De La Cruz, and Mullins is out. No way. No. Challenge this. I mean, if Ellie somehow got it there in time, that is amazing. But come on. He really beat Mullins on that throw? No, safe. He's safe. He's so safe. Holy cow, he's very safe. They are challenging this, right? It is being challenged. Good challenge. It looks safe to me. Looks safe to me. In real time. I mean, credit to De La Cruz for making it close. Ooh, I mean, if that's at worst a tie, then it's still a tie going to the runner. Yes, this announcer is going, is it close enough to overturn? This is a cut and dry situation. Tie goes to the runner. I'm going to be pretty annoyed if they don't overturn this. Hey, Janet. Cooking Easter dinner. Word up. What's going on with my stream? It's lagging. Tie goes to the runner. Who's annoyed? I would just be annoyed if this doesn't get overturned. I'm not saying it's the be-all, end-all of how this game is going to go. I just feel that he's safe. I've seen the Orioles do a lot of challenges that weren't worth it. Overturned. Runner's safe. BW knows what the hell is up. Come on now. Don't question me. Don't question your boy. All right. So Mullins with an infield hit to lead off the ball game. Turn on the sprinkler or the faucet. Here's Gunnar Henderson. Check on Mullins. It's close. Come on, Sed. What's going on lately with that? Oh, it's a really trick move from Suter. Brent Suter not only has got a tricky delivery to the plate, he's got a tricky pickoff move. Gunnar shows bunt? It's taken low for ball one.
His name's Gunnar and he's dating my mom.
Gunnar shows bunt. Takes low again, 2-0. All right. I'm talking about. Again, folks, I'm not a fan of Said running when Gunner's at the plate. And we saw the reason why yesterday. Now, if Henderson gets retired and Mullins is still at first and Adley comes up, that's a different story. There's a called strike, 2-1. But after seeing Suter's pickoff move, I'm even more convinced Mullins should not be running here. There is pickoff attempt number 2. All right, I admit sometimes variables change. He has now done 2 disengagements. Mullins can get a bigger lead. He does not run, and this is a slow roller. De La Cruz tries to tag. Did he get him? De La Cruz trying to tag Mullins as he gets into second. The umpire calls Mullins out, so it's a fielder's choice. I want to make sure that tag was applied. Here's the angle that should... yeah, he got him. Boy, I tell you, it helps De La Cruz being such a tall, lanky guy. It's like Slender Man out there. This guy's got like a 12-foot reach. Here is Adley Rutschman, and he looks at a first pitch backdoor slider right on the edge for called strike 1. Adley is mired in an 0 for 19 hole right now. I thought with the lefty being announced, maybe just give him a day off completely, let Sanchez catch. Sanchez not in the lineup today against the lefty. I really think the Orioles had no idea that a lefty was going to start, or else this lineup would look different. 1-1 pitch, first to check on Gunnar. He's back. So Henderson with that fielder's choice at first base. 1 down. 1-1 the count on Rutschman. And the pitch is high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Robert's got some egg hunting to do. I guess with the afternoon Easter game, I should expect a very, very small turnout. Oh well. This pitch is high and the count 3-1. If that's the case, maybe I should do my neighbors a favor and not get too over exuberant tonight, no matter what happens. Currently 5 minutes till 1 a.m. here at local time. Rutschman hits it high in the air to left, but not very deep. Coming in is Gavin Lux to make the catch for the second out. I wouldn't mind seeing Gunnar try to get in a scoring position with a stolen base. And now we got the lefty bat of Ryan O'Hearn. I mean, this really makes no sense. Ryan O'Hearn typically never in the lineup against a lefty starter. Not only is he in the lineup, he's in the main RBI spot, and this is an RBI spot. 2 down with a runner on in the first. He takes ball 1.
Lights on. It's turn and burn.
Hitting .320 right now. That's a called strike. 3 homers, 6 driven in. Well, we did say forget about these lefty-righty things. And O'Hearn turns on one, but it's hit right to second base. He hits it hard, but that'll end the inning. A ground ball to second. And O'Hearn retired 4-3. We go to the second inning. No score in Baltimore. All right. Not too many other games on right now, I think. But the Yankees are playing right now, and they're ahead 1-0. The Blue Jays, however, are already losing 3-0 to the Mariners, so that's good news. All right. A little ASMR for the neighbors. Like a good neighbor, BW's there. Yep, this is going to be a bit of a struggle for me. I jacked up my back in the game last night. It's not fully healed. Sleep's a little off because the weekends, again, we got a night game followed by a midday game followed by an early game. And you live over here. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining. It can kind of mess you up. My equilibrium's a little bit off. I can't lie. Oh, I might need the hat. I might need the hat like right now just to help me through this game. Been a while since he's had a proper introduction. That's better. How you doing, everybody? Hey, hit that like button if you haven't already. We're going to need everybody to do it today, I think. I think we're going to have a small turnout on this holiday Sunday afternoon. But the hat's here. How you doing, Charm City chat? Spencer Steer hitting just 1-1-1. First pitch to him is inside. Morton, you got to throw strikes, dude. First pitch strikes, second pitch strikes. Stop getting into 3-ball counts. Stop walking, guys. That's outside. It's 2-0. Next offering. There's a swing and a miss. That's a sinker from Morton at 92 at the bottom of the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. Morton kicks and deals. There's a soft tapper to third. Arias, he's going to have to hurry, and he does. Nice play by Ramon. Gets steered just by half a step for the first out here in the second. Jake Fraley coming up. Man, he absolutely belted a home run yesterday. Hit the Utah Street on the fly. First pitch to him is high. Man, come on, Morton. Just get ahead of hitters, dude. I'm complaining to a guy who hasn't given up a run in the game yet, which I know it's only 4 outs deep, but for Morton, that's an accomplishment. Hey, they got a Boog's barbecue truck out there. I want that truck. 2-0 pitch. Right down the middle and fouled back. I mean, if that's your version of a strike. That was a 92-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. So we got an old-school Chevy tricked out with the Boog's barbecue look. This pitch is off the plate, 3-1. Boy, they are really focusing on that truck out there. Ball 4. Are you, God, come on, Morton. Come on, dude. Third walk already. 1 out in the second, man. All right, here is Noelvi Marte. He has got a sick average. You have an average like that, consult your local physician. 083. No homers, no RBI. I mean, can you go after a guy like this, please? Ball 1. Ball 1 to a right-handed bat hitting 083 without an RBI on the season. Can you just go after somebody, Charlie? We got to fall behind everybody? 1-0 pitch. Right down, again, he throws a strike. It's right down the middle. Luckily fouled away. But that's what you get. You get a nibble off the zone, or you get a fastball batting practice and just cross your fingers. I'm trying to root for you, dude, but man, come on. 1-1 pitch. That's hit hard and past the diving glove of Arias. There's the first hit given up by Morton. And again, to a guy that was hitting .083. How much more salt on the wound from Morton? 2 on, 1 out. Here is the number 9 hitter, Austin Wins. And if you don't get this dude out, I probably will be waking up my neighbors. Get it under control, Charlie. Ball 1 to a nobody. Can you throw a first pitch strike to anyone? Ball 2. How about Adley, you run out there and stop this for a sec? We're just going to pretend like everything's fine? I mean, sure, you might get a ground ball double play inning over, but this don't look good. Line drive, base hit in the left field. Fraley is coming home, and it's 1-0 Reds. And that's what the bottom of the order has done against Charlie Morton. I'm done with him. I'm done with him. I'm done with him. I'm done. I'm officially done. Go to the bullpen. It's just going to be like Kimbrel as a closer. It's not. We can't just cut him. We're going to have to find another role. Well, the role is bullpen. I'm done. Get Gibson up here. Eflin's like a week and a half away or something. I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm just done. Austin Wins? Really? Number 9 backup catcher, Noelvi Marte, hitting .083. Those two guys just hit ropes off of you. 3 walks and 2 ropes. Can't throw a first pitch strike. When you do throw a strike, right down the middle. I mean, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I've done my due diligence. I was more patient than the average fan with him. I gave him a time limit to put it together. And, you know, look, if this was a young pitcher, different story. But this is a veteran. You signed him to, you know, give you some stability. Eat some innings. Here's a shallow fly pop-up by Friedel, caught out there by Laureano for the second out. I mean, look how I'm acting. We could get out of this, and it could be 1-0 after 2 innings. Like, it's not even really, like, you know, a complete disaster at this point. But it's just... There's a first pitch strike to Matt McLean. Okay. Rebuild my confidence, Charlie. Look, you have to expect that your boy BW is watching you with a very critical eye right now, okay? You're the weakest link right now and the worst rotation in baseball right now. Here's a foul ball. 0-2 on McLean. First and second, 2 down, 1-0 Reds. Pitch. There's a called strike 3. I mean, not sure why McLean didn't offer. Fastball that wasn't on the edge. Had plenty of the plate. Wasn't a total cookie, but somewhere between a cookie and on the edge. Anyway, it's 1-0 Reds. We go to the bottom of the second. And look. It's all, folks, what do you call it? Everything has to have context, right? Like, again, the score is 1-0. I don't freak out about a 1-0 score like that. Just in a vacuum or whatever. It's all the context of Morton and just knowing that he's got to know. He's hurting this team. He said so himself. And you're going out there 3 walks this early and 2 hard hit balls off the 8 and 9 hitters that are probably the 2 weakest bats on the roster. I mean, come on, man. How do you expect me to not? Happy 420, everybody.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes!
Yeah, B Ravens, that's the move. I've been talking about it. I mean, that's the move. We just got to line it up. We just have to line it up. The only thing that leaves is the question of, well, what do you do with Matt Bowman? Well, didn't help Bowman with the fact that he came into the 9th inning yesterday and really didn't get the job done. Had to be taken out and get the mountain in to close the door on that. But that would probably have to be the move to option Bowman back down to AAA. Which, I guess you just have to do. Would I rather have Bowman than Morton right now? Probably. But you're not going to cut Morton with that contract when you can just send Bowman down. That's just business. Ryan Mountcastle has a 1-1 count already. So I don't know how I missed that first pitch, let alone the second. But 1-1 pitch is an inside-out swing down the right field line. And foul ball.
Okay, mount up.
Ryan Mountcastle hitting .242. 1 home run, 5 driven in. Pitch from Suter is way low and away. See, low and away will work with a right-hander against Mountie, but with a lefty like Suter, with that delivery of his, it's never looking like a strike. This pitch is hit toward first. Spencer Steer will take it to the bag himself for the first out. And with 1 down, that'll bring up my boy, Jordan Westburg.
West is that way.
My boy's up. And my boy, Blue. Westburg trying to climb out of that 0 for 29 or 0 for 30, whatever it was. It finally ended yesterday with a home run. He takes a called strike. His average 176. Next pitch is high. Talking about Trevor Rogers. He's been on the shelf, but he could be an option as soon as next month, I think. But by then, you got 1 or 2 other potential options as well, I think. By the way, there was an update on Tyler Wells and his recovery by Orioles reporter Brock Kabatko. Here's a 2-2 pitch outside. Full count on Westburg. Come on, folks. Payoff pitch. Fouled straight back. Still 3-2. So Tyler Wells looks like his progressions are going pretty well. No pun intended. Still looking at second half of the season. But here's the ball hit to right. I like when Westburg goes to right. That ball is going to hit off the middle of the scoreboard and bounce a long way away from Fraley, but Westburg is satisfied pulling into second with a 1-out double. I'm telling you, if Westburg reads it right and is running hard the whole way, he might have had a chance for 3 on this. But he couldn't have known that Fraley would have allowed the ball to get away as much as it did. But still, that's why you run hard, and by the time you get second, you see this little ball get away. All right, folks, we got a runner at second base, one out. Jackson Holliday, who's getting into the lineup against the lefty, takes a called strike on a slider. Oh, yeah, by the way, that deserved a splash.
Splish, splash, I was taking a bath.
Foul tip by Holliday, 0-2. Westburg is going to get out of that slump. We need that, man. Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Suter's on 30 pitches. Just making a note because I'm not expecting him to probably throw more than 60. And that ball's lined up the middle. A diving catch by Ellie De La Cruz. Holy cow. That's a web gem. That was spectacular. Wow. Wow. Ellie De La Cruz. And again, it's his length. Nobody else is long enough to make this play. Other than Wilt Chamberlain, maybe. Jackson Holliday robbed of a would-be RBI base hit by Ellie De La Cruz. Holy cow. That was... I mean, that's one of the take your breath away kind of defensive plays right there. That's something, if you see it live, you're just like, wow. That was nuts. All right, folks, Ramon Arias. He's hitting 8th in the order with a 349 average, but he's up here in the good spot. A runner at second with 2 down, a chance to get an RBI and tie this ball game.
I have a brother.
1-1 count, and the pitch, swing and a miss. Change up, left out on the outside corner. A pitch just in the mid-70s. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. High. 2-2. I hear a bugle in the crowd. I tell you what. The 2-2. That one's fouled back. Arias fighting that one off. Man. Ellie De La Cruz. I'm still buzzing over that catch. Here's a pitch low. The count runs full. One more bugle, folks. Let's go. Runner at second, 2 down, full count. Pitch. Hitting a line and right to third base on a bounce. The throw over's in the dirt, and Steer can't handle it, and he doesn't know where the ball is. The runner, Westburg, will score, and we've tied the ball game. Folks.
Oh, it's magic. You know. Oh, it's magic. On a magic carpet ride. On a magic carpet ride. You believe in magic.
All right. A little bit of luck on our side. Arias stumbling his way over the first base bag. Hopefully he's okay. Here's Ramon Laureano.
Ramon just threw a rock at me.
Ramon hit a rock at somebody in the stands twice yesterday. 2 home runs from off the bench. How often do you get that? He's now ahead in the count 2-0 after that next pitch. Runner at first base, tie ball game. And this one's turned on and fouled left-hand side. Hey, Rob, what was that interesting stat you said that had never happened not only in the history of the game, but it all happened in one game or something? Something about leadoff back-to-back homers plus something else plus... By the way, if you put three different variables together, you'll probably find a way to say that's the only game that's ever done that. I mean, that's the beauty of baseball, right? That's why they say every time you see a game, you see something new. Because there's always something a little different. But what was that? What was that stat? We got 2-2 pitch. That's foul back. We'll do it again. I don't know. Maybe Rob took a leak. He knows. Maybe it takes a minute to type out. Oh, the Nats are playing the Rockies this weekend? Well, that's good. They can get a couple of wins out of the way, and then they'll be due to lose against us. Full count now on Laureano. That ball's lifted into shallow, well, right onto the outfield grass behind second base. De La Cruz makes the catch, and the inning is over. But the Orioles, despite the exploits of Suter, I mean, look at that. That is, folks, I'm not one of these comic book movie guys, but that's why I don't need to see a movie where it's I just saw something that was real that looked as good as anything I've seen in any of these superhero movies. That was ridiculous from Ellie De La Cruz. The Orioles tie it up. As we head to the third inning, it's a 1-1. Back-to-back hitters at a homer to lead off. Yeah, that part I remember. No back-to-back homers off of two different pitchers. And no player with off the bench. Okay, so the Laureano part, the middle part is the one I'm still confused about. Back-to-back homers off of two different, like what? That surely that happens pretty frequently, right? Because one guy might give up a homer and then they're like, well, take him out of the game. You bring in a new guy, first batter, he gives up a homer. That must happen like on a weekly basis somewhere around the league, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Anywho, whatever it is, it's interesting. Let me wait a minute. I got the Discord up on the other page here. I could probably compute it a little better if I look at it. Okay. Two pairs of back-to-back homers off two different pitchers. Two pairs of back-to-back homers off two different pitchers. Why is that making my brain hurt? Ellie De La Cruz takes a first pitch strike on a curveball from Morton. We're underway in the top of the third. I don't know. Whatever it is, good for us. Next pitch is inside, 1-1. I get the first part. I get the last part. Two pairs. Because a pair is already two. So two pairs, is that like four? Like if I have two pairs of socks, I've got four socks. Do I not? I don't know. I'm losing my mind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. Ellie hits it to right. And the Reds have the lead back. Charlie Morton gives up his first home run ball in this start. Two to 1 Reds. Charlie Morton. So twice in the game, there were back-to-back homers. Okay, I can understand that, but off of two different pitchers, why is that? Again, that seems to me like if two pairs of back-to-back homers happens in one game, it's 90% chance it's going to involve more than one pitcher, because otherwise you got a pitcher in there who's given up at least 3 home runs, now giving up a fourth. Like, that guy's probably out of the game. You know what I mean? Anyway, 1-0 pitch to Hayes. Line drive, base hit left field. Get somebody up. Who do we bring up? Poteet. Get Poteet up. I'm done. I'm done with him. I'm done. Get Poteet up. I'm done. Walks, hits, homers, whatever. Doesn't matter. "46 pitches, by the way. He's only gotten through 2 innings. Nobody out in the third. First pitch inside to Lux. Get somebody up. I mean, this is the day of the resurrection, right? How about, we resurrect Cody Poteet. Swing and a miss, 1-1. I'm sorry. I'm just, there came a point where with Kimbrel last year, it was the same thing. I'm just like, all right, I've seen enough. This pitch is outside, 2-1. You just reach a point where it's like, that's it. Like, I got a leash. I let you bite into that leash until there's no leash. I'm done with I got no leash. That pitch is low. 3 balls and a strike. It was a bad signing. What do you want me to tell you? That pitch is fouled away, 3-2. Bad signing. At least it's a signing and you lose money, and it's not a trade and you lose, a player or two. Like, for me, it's worse that we gave up anything for Eloy Jimenez last year because that was a trade. We gave Morton some money, whatever. It was a mistake. Here's a payoff pitch to Lux. Ball 4. Let me open up the back door so I can get some ventilation and have a smoke. It's going to be one of those. 4 walks for Morton. Yeah, it's like he's really learned a lot since the first 4 starts. Get somebody up. One 0. Swing and a miss. Spencer Steer at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out in the second inning. He's only hitting 109. Can we get a guy hitting 109? Hit hard into left, base hit. Bases loaded, nobody out. Are we going to get somebody up now? Are we going to get somebody up now? Why do I have to be the person to know when to do things before the guy whose job it is to do things? I don't know how to say this without dropping a name here. You want a chance to win this series? then you get somebody up. You got Poteet, get him up. I mean, you only just brought him up. If you wear him out, then send him back down, bring up another guy. But I'm done with Morton. Get him out of this game. Get him out of the game. Jake Fraley's up. He walked his first time up. What? A red player has walked? Bases loaded, nobody out, folks, and I'm going to have to watch this through, I want to watch it like this. Hey, ball one. Drilled to right and down for a hit. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Anybody up yet? Anybody up yet? 4-1 Reds. They're not going to DFA Morton, Steve. I hate to, ruin your Easter, but they're not going to DFA him. They're going to put him in the bullpen. And if he stinks it up there for another month, then maybe they'll think about it. But they're not going to just cut him. They're not going to do it. He might retire. It'd be on him to retire, but they're not going to cut him. 2-0 on Noelvi Marte. Called a strike, and that was off the plate, but we got the call. Morton's on 60 pitches with nobody out in the third. What a disaster. What a disaster signing this was. Poteet is up. Well, it's too damn late. Swing and a miss. Yeah, and Hyde needs to admit he screwed up not getting Poteet up 3-4 batters earlier. I mean, can you not recognize early that Morton doesn't have it? I can't. I just can't. That pitch is 2.5 feet off the plate. I'd rather have Morton Downey Jr. on the mound right now, okay? Two-two pitch. And that's a strikeout. Great. 1 out. Doesn't mean anything to me. Take him out of the game. No, let's just let him get through the bottom part of the order. Let's give him a chance to get that inning-ending double play with the number 9 hitter. All right, Hyde, if you insist. Wind shows bunt. And it's ball 1. First and third, 1 out. 4-1 Reds, top of the third. I had a deep cut. I already forgot. What was the reference? Oh, Morton Downey Jr. A ball gets away in a pickoff attempt, and a run will score. Holy shit. Hey, folks, welcome to the Earmuff third inning. You may now swear. Just make sure you don't, Look, I'm sitting here and I'm saying I'm done with Morton. I'm not calling him names. But I'm just done with him. I'm done. I've been done. That's like the only thing he hadn't done this year was throw the ball away on a pickoff attempt to let a run score. The bingo card is now full. What's left? Balk in a run? Have we balked in a run yet? 5-1 Reds. I am sick to my stomach. 0-2 pitch. High. 1-2. Oh, sorry, Mazzo. All right, look, I don't know. As soon as they take him out of the game, I'll calm down. That pitch is way outside. 2-2. As soon as they take him out of the game, I'll calm down. But apparently, our manager hasn't gotten the memo that our odds of maybe winning this game are shriveling down to nothing. This ball is fouled away. It's still 2-2. Oh, folks. It's Easter Sunday, and what do we get on the mound? A rotten egg. Pitch. Drilled. Center field. Base hit. Here comes the throw home. It's offline. 6-1. How many batters ago did I say get him out of there? How many batters has it been? Brandon Hyde. What the? Seriously, if there are. What the F are you doing? I just want to be able to speak without censoring myself right now, but what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Morton's day is over. That was Brandon Hyde's thinking. Well, it's the bottom of the order, and we'll just give him a chance. If he can't do it until the order flips back over, then we'll go to the pen. Well, we're down 5 frickin' runs now, Brandon. Really? You're okay with that? Let Morton get us down by 5 and only then? Come on, dude. We got a day off tomorrow. Which means use the arms. Use the arms. You called up Poteet. Perfect guy. He can give you a few innings. You blew it, Hyde. We already knew Morton stinks. I can't even blame Morton. We knew he stunk. We knew he stunk. It's all on Hyde today. Absolute garbage today. I am sick to my stomach, folks. I need a break. Yeah, you can blame Elias for the signing. You can blame Hyde for the lack of a move, and you can say Morton is washed up. All of those are true. I can't dispute any of those statements. Cody Poteet out. First pitch is ball 1 to TJ Friedel. That has to be it. That has to be it for Morton in the rotation. You would be insulting the fan base if you were to let him make another start. I don't care who it is we have to go to. I don't care. Because what I know is this, whoever it may be gives me more confidence. I don't care who it is. 2-0 on Friedel. Called a strike, top of the zone. Well, it's my first look at Poteet as an Oriole. See what he's about. Wish I wasn't in a mood. I mean, you know, it's Easter Sunday, you know, and I had a great day yesterday. I don't want to be this upset. It's just like you sit there and you go, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Sorry, here's the scoreboard screen. I'm still incognito. Two and two on Friedel. Pitch. Inside, full count. This pitch is tapped foul behind home plate. Still a full count. Yeah, Morton pouring salt in the wounds of all Oriole fans today. That one's drilled to right. O'Hearn up against the wall. It gets away, and that ball is going to just take forever to pick up. O'Hearn can't pick it up. It's a triple for Friedel. It's 7-1. I mean, the infield is in with a runner at third, one down. Matt McLean with a 1-0 count. Pitch. Low for 2-0. Pitch. Right up the middle and a base hit. 8-1. RBI single for McLean. That pitch left right out over the plate. I mean, it was like a magnet that said, please let this ball wind up right over the middle of the plate. And now it's De La Cruz. He takes a called strike. God, I'm not even in the mood to call this. Oh, 1 pitch hit on the ground to first. They go to second for one, and that'll be the only out. It's a fielder's choice. De La Cruz now at first base. Maybe, just maybe, up by 7, he won't run on us. Reds have batted around at this point, right? Seven runs in, yeah. 8, 9, 10. This is batter number 11, Austin Hayes. God. Popped up shit in the inning. Mullins is pretty much in his tracks. He makes the catch. 7 runs. Turns a 1-1 tie into a blowout. We go to the bottom of the third, down 7. All right, who's got the interesting off-baseball topic conversation topic? Because I can't talk baseball right now for the next 2 hours with this nonsense. We're gonna have to figure out a way to get through this, folks. Talk to me here. What do we got? I mean, it really it's because of Hyde. Again, if they got Morton out of there at a time that was reasonable, then let's say it's 4-1. I can live with that. I'd have some hope, and I'd be like, all right, we're done with Morton, and it's 4-1. Now we know it's over. But Hyde just let him just go out there and get crushed, and it's after what he did the other game where Mateo's up there against a right-handed bat right after a 2-run homer by Kjerstad that got us within a sniff of a game that was otherwise we were getting our butts kicked, and we had this lifeline. And Hyde says, you know what, I'm just going to leave Mateo in there. Why go to a lefty bat even though I've got like 3 of them on the bench? And to me that felt like I'm folding here, and this felt like the same kind of thing. It's like, dude, you got to realize if you don't pull him now, you're running a very large risk of letting this game get out of control, and that's precisely what happened. Said Mullins is up there with a 2-0 count, and next pitch is a strike, 2-1. Yeah, 4-1 would have been doable. And if you remember when I started to say get him out of there, it was only 2-1. It was only 2-1 when I said get him out of there. 6 more runs cross the plate. I'm going to make a clip. I'm going to clip out the first time I said to get him out of there, and I promise you the scoreboard reads 2-1. 2-2 pitches fouled away by Mullins. We'll do it again. I don't think I recall ever demanding a pitcher to get removed and having to wait that long. Mullins with a fly ball to center. It's caught out there for the first out in the bottom of the third. There's been plenty of games where I'm like, man, yank this guy. And it's like they don't. And it's like another batter and then like another batter. And then like maybe 3 batters, 4 batters late. It was like 6, 7 more batters. It was. I just. What are you doing? Threw the ball away on a pickoff attempt. Still left him in there. It's like it didn't matter. It didn't matter to Hyde whatever the result was. And to me, that's not good managing. Gunnar Henderson takes a 1-1 pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. He's 0 for 1, grounded out into a fielder's choice in the first. This pitch is low, 2-2. I mean, I'm so upset I don't even want to be on the screen. That pitch is fouled away, still 2-2. Yeah, that's the other thing. Day off tomorrow, so it's not like you're completely destroying your bullpen by going to it early. Called strike 3 on a pitch that was low, and Gunnar is rightfully upset. I mean, just... On top of everything else, it's almost you can set your clock at least once a game. We get a guy getting a called strike 3 on a bad call. Called a strike on Rutschman. 1 ball, 1 strike. '60th pitch from Suter. Line drive, base hit, left center field. Adley finally breaks his drought. I think he went 0 for 20 before that hit just now. A 2-out single. Again, Suter up to 60 pitches. This is about the limit, I think, he can go. I don't think he's going to go beyond this inning. Which is great because this is the last lefty bat he needs to face. In fact, I think, didn't I point this out in the Discord or to somebody? Rob, remember I said that he's going to go through the lineup once. Second time through, Ryan O'Hearn will be the last batter he faces. Because then you got a bunch of righties up. I swear, if this is the last batter he faces, I want somebody to call the Guinness Book of Records. That ball is smacked towards second base, but it's fielded by McLean over to first, and the inning is over. We'll see if Suter comes out for the 4th. If he doesn't, then my prediction is spot on. Through 3 innings, the Reds all over us, 8-1. They've out-hit us 9-3. And, yeah, whatever. God, folks, give me a topic. What do you want to talk about? What's your favorite, let's see. What's the one movie when it comes on TV, even though you've seen it a million times, you're like, you know what? Doesn't matter. It's halfway through the movie. You just got to watch it because you love that movie. All right, let's talk about a movie like that, huh? Who's got a movie like that? It's on, I'm watching. I'll try to think what that answer is for me. I guess it's sort of an old school question. It's not like, I don't anyway, just sort of flip through channels like the old days. I just find stuff on the computer to watch, but Holy Grail for B. Ravens. Yeah, how do you turn that one off? Oh, you know the one that, for me, is a Clue. The original Clue. I know they're making like a remake. Shocker. But that movie came on a lot when I was growing up. On HBO or something. And, yeah. Loved me that movie. Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. Planes, Trains, but yeah. I am your singing telegram. Gavin Lux is at the plate. Top of the 4th is a called. No? Is that a ball? Ball 1. Okay. Looked like it caught the corner to me. 1-0 pitch. There's a strike. Have fun storming the castle. No, clearly what he was trying to say was to blaze, which means to bluff. He was probably playing poker or something with his friends and... Liar! Liar, liar, liar! What, you witch? What do you want? He said true love. 1-2 pitch on Gavin Lux. Outside 2-2. Yes, the bass player, Jane, from the Go-Go's. Mr. Body was the guy from that punk rock band. Which band was it? What's his name? He's got a funny name. What's his name? From Fear. Yeah. What's the guy's name from Fear? Lee Ving? Is it Lee Ving? I think that might be it. I think it's Lee Ving. And, boy, Colleen Camp and that French maid's outfit. Woo! I'm a big fan of mid-70s to mid-80s Colleen Camp. I too drank the cognac. Spencer Steer at the plate, runner at first. More base runners for the Reds. Great. Nobody out. Pitch. Popped foul and out of play. I hated her so much that flames on the side of my face, breathing, breathless, heaving breath. The 2-1 to Steer is fouled away at 2-2. The great Madeline Kahn. Not the hair, not the hair. Oh, my nails. This one's fouled again. I think me and Bartman are just going to do some 70s references for the rest of the game. The Happy Hooker was always worth a watch. There's like a whole series, right? Happy Hooker goes to Washington. Happy Hooker goes to Chick-fil-A or something, right? 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Center field, Mullins. He's there. 1 out. Runner still at first base. Top of the 4th. It's Twoo. It's Twoo. He must have an enormous Schweinstocker. He's going to be very popular. And what was the name of the brain that you did bring me? Abby something. Abby something. Yeah. Abby Normal. Abby Normal. You mean to tell me that I have put an abnormal brain into the body of a 7-foot gorilla? Two-0 pitch to Fraley is fouled away. 2 balls, 1 strike. What knockers! Oh, thank you, doctor. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Would the young Mr. Frankenstein like a cocktail before bed? No, I'm fine, thank you. Perhaps some warm milk? No, I'm fine, thank you. Ovaltine. I'm okay. Oh, God. Now, if they ever did something like remake Young Frankenstein, I riot. That's what I do. 2 down. I don't know how that last out was recorded. This is the worst play calling I've ever done in the history of the channel. It's just that kind of day, folks. The Reds lead at 8-1. They got a runner at second base. Noelvi Marte at the plate with an 0-1 count. Cody Poteet, 33rd pitch since coming on, is off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. They didn't come out the same year. They were within a year of each other. Like, I think one might have been like late one year and the other early. Like, it was within a year of each other. If it's not calendar year, then whatever. Yeah, they were right there back to back. Quite the 1-2 punch from Mel Brooks. 2-1 the count on Marte. Pitch. That's hit in the air to right center, and that's going to split the outfielders and roll all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. And it'll be an RBI double for Marte to make it 9-1. Cody Poteet looks not so great in his Oriole debut. Marte came into the game hitting .085. We made him look like all-star caliber Starling Marte today. It's ugly, folks. Speaking of ugly, I guess I'll pop back on the screen for a little bit. I don't know. Called strike at the top of the zone to Austin Wins. The number 9 hitting catcher is now hitting .353 with 2 hits today, a couple of RBI. He's better than Adley Rutschman, according to the stats. By the way, we could have signed a backup catcher like an Austin Wins for somewhere in the neighborhood of about $2 million instead of, say, I don't know, $8.5 million for Gary Sanchez. And then maybe you reallocate that extra $6.5 million towards signing, I don't know, a better pitcher than Charlie Morton. I don't know. Last I heard, Walker Buehler only made $5 million more for a 1-year deal to pitch for the Red Sox. You do the math. Two and two on Wins. That is off the plate, full count. You know, I think the biggest mistake Elias has made in building this team and Hyde and building his lineup is this whole idea that you can. Here's a foul ball off to the left. Like, I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to build this perfect roster where they had flexibility to have a top to bottom, like no hole in the lineup, strength, lefty or righty. Typically a team is just going to naturally be built to be better against one side or the other. There's a line drive hitting the left center and another run will score. Reds are up to double digits. It's 10-1. RBI single by Austin Wins, who's now 3 for 3. This is ugly. This is so shitty. Well, I tell you this, when I wrote that community post, it was well timed. I got people to hopefully feel motivated to watch that game yesterday. Luckily, I didn't make a post about this game. Popped up to right, Holiday going out, and he'll make the catch to win the inning. The Reds continue to tack on 10 runs, 11 hits through just the first 4 innings. The Orioles have 1 run and 3 hits. That is a little bit lopsided. Yeah, that's what I mean. Topics, folks. You got to keep them coming. You got to keep the topics coming, or else I'm going to put an order in for something to eat, because the only thing I got here is those crackers, and I'm sick of those crackers. What did I have earlier tonight? Oh, you know what I have? I do have something. I got... Anybody here know what Bell Puri is? If you know what Bell Puri is, you win Charm City Chat Person of the Night. Because I'm going to snack on some Bell Puri. I already had the other part of my dinner earlier, but kept the Bell Puri in case I might be hungry like I am right now. I'll be right back. Ugly. I have no interest in wrestling, Chilo. Were you asking me something directly about it? I'm sorry, I didn't notice, but regardless, I don't know anything about it. I don't follow it. And, not my bag. Growing up, my dad was a fan, so I remember the old days, the original WrestleMania. I remember being at somebody's house, pay-per-view, crowded house. Ryan Mountcastle will lead it off here in the bottom of the 4th. Takes a first pitch strike from the new pitcher. By the way, I want the credit right now. Where are you at, Rob? Somebody. I said exactly how long Suter would pitch and how many pitches it would take and then when they would pull him. It worked out precisely the way. Would somebody hire me, please? Clearly, I have a talent for something. I absolutely called that. That's pretty damn nuts. Mountie 0-2 count. G-Bo, the new pitcher. Did Rob leave me? He might be the only one that's going to back it up. Mountie hits it well to left. That ball is going to drop in front of the left fielder, and Mountcastle is going to turn and head into second base with a leadoff double. Okay, splash it up.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath.
So nobody knows what Bell Puri is, huh? It is a delicious snack. Jordan Westburg takes strike 1. Doubled and scored the only run of the game for Baltimore his last time up. Not bell pepper. Bell, B-H-E-L, Puri, P-U-R-I. It's an Indian appetizer. It's got puffed rice with diced onions and tomato and swing and a miss here by Westburg. He strikes out. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. It's got some peanuts in there to give it some crunch. And it's just got a ton of flavor. It's just a great, healthy, satisfying dish. And it's just popping with flavor. Jackson Holiday. He's got a 2-0 count. Runner at second, one out. And the pitch. That's outside, 3-0. Nine runs down, but there is a lot of time to get left in this game. But let's not get too excited until we start scoring a little bit. That's a called strike, 3-1. Best vacation movie to me is still the original. That's outside, ball 4.
I'm walking here.
I go original, then I go Christmas, then I go European. Vegas is not really one I think I've seen it once. And don't forget Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure. Available at a bargain bin at a some reason still open Best Buy near you. Here's Ramon Arias, 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Oh yeah, I mean the European and the Christmas ones, I watched both of those probably 30 times at least each in my lifetime. Swing and a miss. Arias strikes out, 2 away. Sorry that you can hear me eating. I mean, the original just had the best jokes. And it was the naughtiest, you know. Most comedies, the original always has the riskier jokes, and then they usually tame it down the more they go on. Swing and a miss by Ramon Laureano, 0-1. He lined out to second his first time up. I mean, the Orioles are just getting through the order for the second time. I feel like the Reds have been through the order 4 times already. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm in your mind, Dingleberry. I'm in your mind. 1-1 pitch. All right, here's name this movie. Open your mind. Open your mind. Silence of the Lambs 2, Electric Boogaloo. Do we really count Silence of the Lambs as a sequel to Manhunter, though? I mean, it was never marketed that way. I don't really count that as a sequel. I mean, I get that it technically is, but I just don't count it. Great movie. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Total Recall. Well done, folks. By the way, Laureano flies out and the inning is over. On to the fifth, 10-1 Reds. Hey, Jarek, how you doing? Hey, Jarek, do me a favor. Us Oriole fans are hurting. So, since you can enjoy the thrill of kicking our butts, how about you do us a favor and subscribe to the channel? Well, wait a minute. You did, right? You must have because you're chatting. Okay, so do me this favor, Jarek. After you're done hanging out today, stay subscribed. All right, buddy? It would be, a silver lining on an otherwise cloudy day. Thanks a lot, man. Total Recall is 2 weeks. 2 weeks, not 3 weeks. 2 weeks. If I am not me, then who the hell am I? All right, how about that? How about what is your favorite Arnold right before he unalives you line? Mine would be the Running Man, where as they're going through the course, the chick he's with just asks him, hey, where's Buzzsaw? And Arnold goes, he had to split. Because you see, like, he had a saw, like, split him in half. He had to split. Let out some steam. Is it Bannon or Baron or something? Let out some steam, Baron. Matt McLean at the plate. He's got a 2-1 count. Cody Poteet out there, top of the fifth. Sub-Zero. No, it's Bart. It's plain zero. Sub-Zero. Now, just plain zero. That's like my second favorite one, Bart. That one's right behind the Buzzsaw one. You remember, Ronnie, when I told you that I'd kill you last? I lied. Please do not bother my friend. He is dead tired. Ellie De La Cruz is up. He takes low for ball one. The Reds have not gone 1-2-3 yet today. Another leadoff man on here. That pitch is outside 2-0. Pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Called strike 2. Anybody here like Indian food? I love Indian food. As long as it's a restaurant that knows what they're doing. 2-2 pitches upstairs, full count. You got your northern Indian cuisine, you got your southern Indian cuisine. You can only find the bell puri from one of those two regions, and I can't remember if it's northern or southern. But damn, that is a good swing and a miss. De La Cruz strikes out. Okay. Folks, I'm going to mark that as our highlight of the game. Cody Poteet strikes out Ellie De La Cruz.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Now this 10-1 score doesn't feel so bad, right? Here's Austin Hayes. Oh, he gets into one to right center. That ball sounded good off the bat, and that ball is up against the wall. Here comes another run around third. It's 11-1 on a double by Austin Hayes. Second hit today for Austin. This game's over. You can go ahead and put the L on this one. Which is why we're going to hang out and talk. We're going to hang out and talk and have some fun. We're going to try. Gavin Lux at the plate, swing and a miss. Runner at second, 1 out. I mean, let me look at this box score here. Since the first inning where Morton did not give up a run, he got the first 2 outs and then walked 2 guys, got out of that inning. Remember that? Since then, a run in the second, 7 runs in the third, 2 more in the fourth, 1 already so far. We're only in the 5th. 12 hits. We're on pace for about 20 runs and 22 hits here today. Up and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's always better in the BW chat. Folks, you're not going to find a better place if you're going to endure this game. You're going to enjoy it here more than anywhere else, I'm telling you. Dingleberry, I don't think the 6 question marks were necessary. Were you not here? Does anybody here in the chat want to answer that for Dingleberry? Because I don't know if I even want to mention that situation ever again. 2-2 pitch, fouled away. We'll do it again. Poteet now up to 60 pitches. Little bit of Yuma. Oh my God, we're posting basketball scores now. Now you know it's over. Wow, that is quite the that's quite the thumping though. Holy cow. Is it playoffs or something? I only follow my Orioles, folks. I have to ignore all of the sports to be able to give you this 100%. We got a full count on Lux. So who's getting shelled? This one's hit to right, and it will drop in for another hit, and another runner will come in to score. It's 12-1. Austin Hayes scores, Gavin Lux with an RBI, and I am really, really tired of calling this game. Good grief. I tell you, if Christ was an Orioles fan and was resurrected today, I think he'd be like, you know what? I'm going to head back to the tomb. Just till tomorrow. I don't think it's a big deal if it's a 3-day resurrection, 4-day resurrection. Tomato, what? I can't watch my Orioles like this. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Reliever? What's the point at this point? Why go to the pen now? You're going to use Poteet until he's done. He's 62 pitches. This game's over. The game's over, guys. I'm sorry. We're not coming back for this one. So, yeah, you use as much of Poteet as possible and then probably go to Cincinnati. Perez, probably going to come out next. That's your next low leverage guy. No hitter. Who's got a no hitter? Well, according to Brandon Hyde in the post-game interview and that awful loss where the Orioles fans packed the yard and booed the team, when asked about what went wrong, Brandon Hyde said, quote, well, tell you what I liked. Cincinnati Perez out there gave us 2 good innings. I'm like, dude, if Cincinnati Perez mopping up the final 2 innings of a game that we had already got thumped in is the highlight for you, then yeah, we got problems. 1 out, 2 out now. Runner at first base. That Bell Purry cleared up my sinuses, too. Swing and a miss by Jake Fraley. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. He's scored twice, and he's driven in 2. You know what, Ryan? What's funny? Bo is Afraid's definitely 3rd. And what's weird is that after I'd seen Midsommar, I still thought Hereditary to me was my favorite, but I think it was just because I was really a huge Ari Aster fan right out of the gate. And there's something special about your first feature film being that good. But the more on multiple viewings, ground ball, by the way, to the right side, and that'll end the inning. The Reds score some more. It's 12-1. This game is now half over. Oh, my God. Half over? Hey, folks, can we get to 25 50 today? That's probably impossible. But, yeah, long story short, Ryan, Midsommar. I just think there's a whole lot more that movie has to say. I think Hereditary is a great genre film for the horror, but in terms of just a movie that you sit and think about longer, and some of the themes going on in there, how to deal with trauma, a lot of themes in that movie that I personally can identify with. Unfortunately. But that's probably why I really dig Ari Aster, is because he understands trauma and he understands grief and he understands, emotions that most filmmakers not only don't really have a grasp on how to handle, they wouldn't even dare try, because they're tough things to. It's tough stuff. That's why a lot of people don't like his movies. He gets into stuff people don't want to think about. Okay, that is definitely Derek, you're welcome to be here, man, but the whole, all caps, whatever that was, something to do with football, I don't know. But, yeah, let's calm down, buddy. Bart, man, I think we're in a bit of a horror renaissance. I think if there's one genre that is keeping movies alive for me, it is horror, and it is A24 as a studio, and some other studios out there. Horror also has the advantage of being a genre that can be made on a smaller budget and smaller studios. Like a good example last year, a real fun horror movie. Not as much as I like the psychological stuff, and I'm not really into jump scares or stuff like that. Late Night with the Devil was a really fun horror movie that came out last year. Low budget. But it nailed it. It for me. It was a really fun movie. I just like horror because there are so many different ways you can approach it. This pitch is fouled away by Mullins. Count is 2-2 on him, leading off the bottom of the fifth. Mullins has a hit today. No matter how it's going for this team, he gets his. Foul back, still 2-2. Yeah, I used to just order through a company, but had some issues with that dingleberry, and now I just go to the local shop. Mullins pops it up on the infield. First baseman's there. Steer makes the catch. One out in the bottom of the fifth. By the way, it's Rogers out in relief, left-hander. Not our Rogers. Their Rogers. Here's Gunnar Henderson. I mean, at this point, like, after this at-bat for Gunnar, I'd be like, sit Gunnar for the rest of the game. After Adley's next at-bat, I'd put in Sanchez. After, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready to, like, give some everyday players the rest of this game off. Gunnar fouls it at the plate. It's 0-2. Nosferatu was visually, like any Eggers movie, a treat, but it's really difficult beyond just sort of the craftsmanship of his direction for me to praise about a movie that is, a retelling of, again, I'm pretty critical when you're going to make something that's already been made. And you're going to stay true to the source material or whatever, which he did with that Klaus Kinski 70s version. But, I didn't really take a whole lot away from it. Here's a ground ball to second, over to first in time. Gunner's retired. Let's give him the rest of the day off. Why not? Put Mateo in at short or whatever. Yeah, Shante. I agree, which is why he needs to be removed from the rotation. This pitch is high to Adley Rutschman. 2 down, nobody on, bottom of the fifth. Blowout game, Cincinnati 12, Baltimore 1. Yeah, people talked about that, Bart, man. Maybe again, I've seen a Serbian film. I've seen Martyrs. I've seen my share of, really controversial and hard to digest stuff. And for me, what was going on in Nosferatu was no big deal. It was more implied stuff than anything too explicit, in my opinion. That's a called strike 3 to Rutschman, and that was, God, ain't nobody getting a break today. Adley Rung up on a tough pitch. Inning over. 6th inning. Let's move this on along. It is 12-1. Get me out of here. I am not a celebrity. Get me out of here. By the way, hey, there's an interesting topic. What's the stupidest name for a TV show you've ever heard of? I think for me it would be I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Remember that? That was a show. Because the funniest part about it was the celebrities were all like C-listers. It was like Stuttering John from the Howard Stern show. Like, you know. Like the 4th kid from Charles in Charge or something. I don't know. How about this? What's your favorite celebrity meltdown? Anybody have a favorite celebrity meltdown? There's a lot of good ones out there. There's some great Orson Welles recordings of him doing voiceover work for like commercials in the 70s when he was late on in his years and just completely fed up with Hollywood and didn't want to take any direction. He's selling like fish sticks and cheap champagne and stuff. R. Kelly. River Phoenix. Wait. Now I forgot what my question was. Paul Walker? What's the question? People who died young or something? Oh, wait, I got to refresh the game. Did I miss the topic in the chat right now? Why are we bringing up celebrities who died young? Or relatively young? Okay, top of the 6th. Cionel Perez is on now for the Orioles. Probably to pitch 2 innings. First pitch is a check swing, and Noelvi Marte at the plate did not go. 1 ball, no strikes. Marte is 2 for 3. Oh, celebrity meltdowns. Wow. Okay, the R. Kelly one, that was like that interview. Okay. I don't remember a River Phoenix meltdown. I don't remember a Paul Walker meltdown. That's why I guess I got confused. Like, I see those 2 names in close proximity, and I'm thinking, oh, we're talking about actors that died maybe way too young or something. 1-2 the count on Marte, and my back is starting to hurt again. And I still got, 3.5 innings to do here? 3 innings? Oh, gosh. Happy Easter, everybody. Wait a minute. What was that about, Matrix? Britney Spears and Alec Baldwin? Like, I know I remember individual meltdown. Oh, yeah, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. That has got to be on the Mount Rushmore, right? That was insane. I don't watch the Oscars, but obviously that clip got around within moments to pretty much everybody. I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was some kind of elaborate prank or whatever. Unbelievable. And then they give the dude an award later anyway. I mean, that was assault. What the hell? Hello? Folks, do you have the privilege of assaulting somebody and then in that same space being handed an award on national television at the same? I don't think I'll ever get that opportunity. 2-1 on Austin wins. 1 out in the top of the 6th. And this is not, folks, if I ever put a demo reel together, hand into like a team, maybe become a play caller, it won't be this game. Wins with his 4th hit of the game with a ground ball up the middle. And not only his 4th hit, but off 3 different pitchers I believe. Right? Or no. Perez just... Never mind. I don't want to think about this anymore. It was Perez. Who was before? What? After? What? Yeah, Poteet. He had a hit off Poteet. 2 off Morton, 1 off Poteet, and now 1 off Perez. 2 off Morton, 1 off, yeah. I don't know, whatever. All I know is we're getting stomped, folks. 14th hit for the Reds. By the way, we came into today's game with pitching stats, league wide. We're a month into this thing now. It's time to start paying attention to those things. And yeah. You thought we had bad rankings coming into today? Wait till you see what it looks like tomorrow morning. Because this ain't going to help. Chris Rock. Hold on. Chris Rock is not in the wrong. You could say Chris Rock was in bad taste. But there's no such thing as being in the wrong when you're a stand-up comedian telling a joke that would fly at any roast. And look, come on, folks. When we're dealing with celebrities, what are we doing if we're not poking fun at them? What are they, golden gods? Either way, that does not warrant assault. So he's not in the wrong. Will Smith is 100% in the wrong. That's, I don't see any other angle on that. Ball 4. Good God. And that pitch was borderline. You're really not going to give us a borderline call at this point, man? Friedel on at first. There's another runner at second. Matt McLean coming up. You got Ellie De La Cruz out on deck. There's a strike to McLean. The Reds have gotten more runners on base in this game, in this 3-game series. Let me try to put this in a way that makes sense. You have to go back to 2002, the last time the Reds have had this many base runners in a 3-game series. And it's not because the Reds are suddenly the best offense in baseball, folks. What this tells you is that our pitching is absolutely in shambles. And it's mainly the starting pitching. I think the bullpen outside of Perez is fine. It's fine. And Kittredge is going to be back now in probably about 3 weeks, something like that. 3 or 4 weeks. But like I was saying, after Morton's 4th start, I said that was it for me. You got to just move on. Every time you put him back out there from this point on, you are acknowledging that you are not putting your best option out there because he's not the best option in any situation. We've had the sample size. We know. This inning's over. How it ended, I don't know. Bottom of the sixth coming up, and I'm spent. I am so ready to just get back in bed and go to bed, folks. I just want to go to bed. This game stinks. Oh my God. What else? G.I. Jane Part 2? Why not? Why the hell not? How about this? Yeah. Give me your idea. Because we now live in a world where everything has to be given a sequel or a remake, give me your idea of the most ridiculous remake or sequel or whatever. And let's try to maybe agree on something. Maybe we can develop something out of this. I want to make just the most unnecessary sequel. Obviously, Titanic Part 2 would be great. You know, you just stare at that part of the ocean for 3.5 hours because everything's underwater, and very slow moving film, but that would be my version of Titanic Part 2. Not a very big cast. Just a lot of water. Occasional marine life. They made a Blair Witch 2, Dingleberry. They did. I think the subtitle was Book of Shadows. It was a stinker. Don't see it. Oh, look at, I'm telling you, a screenshot of Ellie De La Cruz when he's perfectly laid out. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Like, honestly, folks, this game stinks, but I'm going to remember that catch. I'm going to remember that Ellie De La Cruz catch. That catch in my memory bank, I've only got room for maybe like a couple of hundred catches, and that one's in there. That one's not. That one's going to have to knock another one out. You know what I mean? Little Big Man. Wait a minute. What was that one about? Oh, what was that one? What was that movie they made with George Murison? My Giant? I was still a projectionist in the theaters. That was like the late 90s, early 2000s. I remember when we got that movie, and I'm like, what the hell are we doing with this? Anybody remember that? Is it My Giant? A buddy film with Billy Crystal in the center for the bullets. Great idea. Great idea. I'm sure George Murison will be able to hold his own second billing in a comedy. Sure, that's going to work. I don't know how they... I mean, Murison did commercials. I think he did one... Hey, anybody remember that Vlade Divac commercial? By the way, that's the first out of the inning. A pop-up to shortstop. De La Cruz makes the catch. Scott Barlow, right-hander, out to pitch. Here in the sixth inning. Ryan Mountcastle's due up now. Yeah, so George Murison, right, and Billy Crystal. And, like, you guys remember this movie? So, like, the idea is, what is the idea? Billy Crystal's like some kind of, I don't know, he's like an agent or like a talent scout. I don't know, whatever. He's like, you know, he's Billy Crystal. And then I guess George Murison, like, just lives in some podunk village in something Stonia somewhere, and every like joke in the trailer is just like size difference jokes. You know, like they're sitting at a table that's built for George Murison, and Billy Crystal looks like he's an elf sitting there next to him. The two of them go to get into a car. It's like a sports car that's only like 4 feet, 3.5 feet tall or whatever. And oh, look how funny it is how he's trying to get in the car. He's so tall. These were the jokes, folks. That's a strikeout of Ryan Mountcastle, 2 down. These were the jokes of my Giant. I mean, what were they? And of course it bombed. Why wouldn't it? But you know what? I'll say this. I'll say this. Hollywood, I want you to listen to me right now. I would much prefer that you take a ridiculous gamble that a buddy comedy with Billy Crystal in the center for the Washington Bullets. There's a ground ball to short by Westburg, and this inning is over. We go to the 7th, 12-1 Reds. I will take a movie like that over another damn sequel, another damn remake, another damn redo, another damn comic book sequel, a sequel of a comic book remake that's redone. Or how about a Disney movie that was fine animated, but now for some reason we got to see it live, even though it's still like CGI'd half the time anyway. What's the point? I'll take a Billy Crystal, George Murison movie any day of the week. Okay? All right? Because for every one of those, you're going to stumble upon something that's good, and at least it's original and good. That's how we got all these movies that we're remaking now. They used to be original movies. And we loved them in the 70s and the 80s and in the 90s. And now we have to sit here getting older and watch these like just shoddy, half-hearted attempts at just cashing in on it. I'm done. I'm done with this stuff, folks. Oh, I thought... Oh, how about the 8th Seal? The sequel to the 7th Seal? Coming. The new J.J. Abrams. The 8th Seal. 7th Sense. Yeah, that would be good. What would that be? I think the 7th sense is that sense of knowing when to take Charlie Morton out of the game. A sense I apparently possess, but not everybody does. Hint, hint. Rob, you know Rob is laughing when he misspells LOL. You know it's a genuine laugh. Comedy or war movies for me only. Well, Dingleberry, then your favorite movie of all time should be same as one of mine. Austin Hayes has a hit. Holy shit. This is I need another Lucky. Holy shit. It's ugly. Yeah, folks, comedy and war movie. Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb by Stanley Kubrick, should be among your best films of all time. Tell me I'm wrong. This one swung on a miss. Runner at first, nobody out. Gavin Lux at the plate. I'll be right back. I'm back. It's not going to handle a whole season. We got 140 games to go or whatever. What am I going to do? Up and in the Lux, 1 and 2. Full Metal Jacket, Private Ryan. I didn't realize these were comedies. It's so weird. Like, I get it. The drill sergeant in the beginning it's amusing, but at the same time, in the context of the entire opening, act of the movie, it's doesn't really stay with you as. But I've seen people react to that movie on those YouTube reaction channels, Full Metal Jacket. And a lot of the younger generation people, they're just they're watching the opening of that movie like it is a comedy. I can tell you this, in the movie theater in 86 or 87 when it came out, nobody was laughing. Everybody was like, oh my God, I feel like this dude is yelling at me right now, and I better not blink because... Hey, there's a walk. 8th walk for the Reds. Is that a jelly donut in your locker, Private Pile? Stripes. You know what? Stripes is one of those classic 80s comedies where the first 2/3 hilarious. Oh my God, what a not so good attempt at a diving catch out in right field. And another run will score. 13-1. RBI double by, who was that? Spencer Steer, I guess. Yep. Opposite field. Who's out in right? Who bit the dust on that diving attempt? Is that O'Hearn? Is that O'Hearn out there? Ugh. 13-1. Original MASH, Robert Altman. Good stuff. Oh, wait. We might talk about all this off-topic stuff, but I could at least do you the service of keeping the scoreboard up. Sorry about that. Then again, maybe you don't want to look at the scoreboard. I don't know. Should I put up a poll? Well, you can see the total score at the top. That's the worst part, so I guess it doesn't matter. Base hit to right. So Sino Perez is getting knocked around again. Another run in for the Reds. It's 14-1. Will they get to 20 today? Are we going to have, who was it? The Rangers that did that to us? Who had the 20 runs on us? It was the Rangers, right? Josh Hamilton going crazy. Like 20 years ago now. This pitch is low. Oh, that's right. It was 30 runs. Thank you, George. Never mind. 30 is pretty bad. I forgot. Oh my God, that actually happened. 30 runs. Can you imagine? I mean, of course you can. You remember. What a stupid question. But yeah, 30 runs. We're not even halfway there yet. But I got a feeling we will be here in a minute. First and third, nobody out. Yeah, I think we'll put a 10 spot up in the ninth. Make it close. Pocket Watch says get rid of it. Yeah. Well, you know, it's that or me larger, and me larger isn't much better. Plus, this one gives the out-of-town scores for those that might just want to tune in and take a peek at some things going on. Red Sox are losing to the White Sox. 2-2 count on Noelvi Marte. Pitch. Hit on the ground. That's a base hit. This is amazing. I mean, these have been ground balls that are just finding the hole every time. Like, this almost feels like, I don't know, something supernatural going on here, and not in our favor. It is 15-1. Good grief. Folks, this could absolutely destroy my channel for weeks until the Orioles hopefully figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, who the hell's going to tune in on Tuesday to watch the Nationals? How many of you? Well, I guess you guys I can count on because you're here now. But how many others? Thing is, I don't know. I mean, you say they had it coming. That whole thing that went down on Friday night with the booze. I think, like, I don't think you're going to get another. I mean, like, this crowd isn't booing. This is a much worse score line than the game they got booed. But I mean, like, what are you going to do? Like, Friday night, they packed the yard, and a statement was made by the fan base. I don't think the fan base is interested in just perpetually booing. I think they got their point across. You know, this crowd, it's Easter. I think everybody's kind of taking that into consideration. This could be a double play ball, and it is. How about that? Have I hit a button in the last 90 minutes? There, just to prove it still works. Two down, runner at third for the Reds. And if you can read this, you don't need glasses. TJ Friedel fouls one away. Who's ready for some Spaceball references? Oh, my God. Oh-2 pitch is hit in the air to right. Down the line. Long run for everybody, and it will be out of reach of everybody. Foul ball. Check on the mic 1-2. There's a new message in the Discord. What's happening? More activity over here. I see a list of other free agents that could have been signed. I don't think Severino's having too good of a time in Oakland right now. Pavetta's off to a really good start. Oh, Sevy. Okay, these are their current ERAs. All right. Well, you can't complain. 3.31. These are all the current ERAs. Okay. Wow. Yeah, even the worst ERA out there, somewhere in the 4.35 area, is still twice as effective as Morton. I mean, what's Morton? I didn't even bother to look. What is his final rotation ERA? Because, again, this is it for him. This has got to be it, or else there's going to be pandemonium. 10 point. Look at the 3 ERAs currently involved in this game. Folks, you would need, this looks like a Sudoku puzzle. 7th inning stretch. They're singing God Bless America. I'll remove my hat. Nice job by whatever lady who sang that. I love a nice rendition without all the, let me try to hit some crazy note and make a viral video out of my. She just sang it nice and strong and proud. It was good. Yeah, so these ERAs. Charlie Morton is now got a 10.89 ERA through 5 starts and a 2.23 whip. 7 earned runs, 7 hits, and 4 walks. Cody Poteet has a 16.88 ERA with a whip of 3. And then we'll round it out with CNL Perez. His ERA 11.32 with a whip of 2.61. So, folks, if you can believe it, of the 3 pitchers on the mound today, the one with the best stats, Charlie Morton. Yeah, things are going good. No problems here in Birdland. I watched Spaceballs on acid once. That was hilarious. Oh, I got to tell you, I took acid once back in college. I was living in a apartment, like a condo apartment, that only had 2 bedrooms and 2 dudes per room. So it was basically like a dorm room situation. It was one of the first places I lived off out on my own. And, the rent was super cheap because of that setup. Anywho, 2 guys in one room were like these frat guys that I didn't really have much interaction with. But the guy I shared a room with, this guy Jay, he was cool. We liked a lot of the same things or whatever. But anyway, I dropped acid one night, right? Actually, forget that. It was it was mushrooms. Went to a party in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And if you went to the door and paid the guy there $5, you got yourself a Dixie cup and you were treated to all-you-could-drink shroom tea. Now, when I'm given a deal like that, I tend to make good on it. So I had myself 3 or 4 cups. Jackson Holiday takes outside, full count, leading off the bottom of the 7th. So, I'm hanging out at this party, and that shroom stuff really starts to kick in, right? Holiday walks to lead off the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher, a right-hander named Wynn, on the mound. So, this party was only a couple blocks from the beach. A lot of us went down on the beach. We start stargazing, and it looked like there were shooting stars all over the place. But eventually, I made what was, in hindsight, not a very wise decision of driving back home to my apartment while I was tripping balls. And, on my drive home, it was much like a Mitch Hedberg joke where, like, these beams of light are just passing by me, and I make my way home safely. And when I open the door, the door just looks straight into, like, the living room area, and you can see the couch. The other two guys are sitting there, and they're watching, the TV is on. And they're watching Swamp Thing, like the 1985, 86, whatever, Swamp Thing. And it was a scene in the movie where, like, the Swamp Thing guy is just, like, delivering this very, if you've ever seen the movie, he's like a monster, but, like, he's just sort of like a regular dude. And he was just sort of given, like, this sort of sincere, like, monologue. But it's coming from this, like, creature. And I don't know. I was in that sort of trippy mood. I just burst out laughing, and I just fell onto the kitchen floor right there in the fetal position, just laughing hysterically for about 15 minutes straight with these two guys who are my roommates. Basically just wondering whether or not they needed to call the medics, get me removed from the I don't know. It was a show. But I never laughed harder in my life, I can tell you that. Sometimes you just see something at the right time, right? What's up, big cuz? How you doing, man? Folks, oh, you're welcome. I wish you could arrive on a much better day than this, where I'm, calling a game like I normally do, which is fully locked in, giving you every pitch, every situation. And right now, I just can't. I am kind of phoning it in right now. We got 2 down here. In the bottom of the 7th, Mullins at the plate with a 1-1 count. $15-1 Cincinnati. There is a foul ball off to the right. Yeah, just trying to get over the hump here, big cuz. Life of Brian? What part of the movie, George? What part of the movie got you just laughing like crazy? Like, I mean, again, like, telling a story like that, you're never going to really be able to convey just exactly how, but maybe George understands. Like, sometimes you'll be in a certain state of mind, and something will make you laugh so hard, you'll wonder if you'll ever stop laughing. This pitch is fouled away. I got to close the door back behind me. Hold on. And Mullins strikes out to end the inning. We go to the 8th, 15-1 Cincinnati. Oh, God. Was there ever a better time for this soundbite?
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes!
Would it be too brash of me to say that I would rather have a bag of bees thrown over my head than watch Charlie Morton start another game for us? Give me the bees instead.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes!
I don't know, big cuz. My thing with Brandon Hyde was, I thought, given the talent that we have, that he's proven over the last couple of years, he can guide us to a pretty respectable record and, set us up for a playoff run. The problem is we get to the playoffs, and when we need a guy to make the right call and get this team ready to win, he's 0-5. He's 0-5. So for me, this season was about when we get to the playoffs, if it's another bad showing in the playoffs, then yeah, we got to move on, regardless of how we're doing otherwise, because that to me is the next step. We know how far we've gotten with this team in this current window with Brandon Hyde in charge. This is another year where he has a opportunity to prove that he can go farther. But if he doesn't, Jorge Mateo is pitching. I'm done.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
How about this? Peace, love, dope. Now get the hell out of here.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
I apologize for Baltimore. I apologize for Baltimore. I apologize for Baltimore.
Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry. Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry.
Call it the Baltimore miracle or some shit.
This is great iced tea.
This being Baltimore and all.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Nice binoculars. Nice binoculars.
Hey, you watch me every day.
Life! Life, do you hear me? Give my creation life!
Home plate umpires barking at Mateo on the mound? About what? What the hell's going on here? Bases loaded, 1 out. Ah, man. Oh, Mateo was like, really? That's not... Mateo... Ah, shit. Bro, Mateo's a 1 out away from a scoreless inning. Folks, how are you going to DFA Mateo? He's the next Shohei Ohtani. What are you talking about? He's one out away from a scoreless inning. It's better than we could say about anybody else today. Never mind. That's a hit batter. Yo, the hat says I can't. The hat says no. The hat's like, if you want any magic in this season, you better take me off right now. This is ridiculous. How the hell are we making it more ridiculous, folks? It went from upsetting to now like you're just maniacally laughing. Grand slam. $20-1. You know what the Premier League does? Actually, not even just the Premier League, but you know what basically every level of English professional soccer does whenever their team puts in a performance as just jaw-droppingly bad as this? They refund the fans that go to that game their money. And if David Rubenstein wanted to do something good, he would do that. Refund these fans their money. They do it over there in the Premier League. They make the same kind of money this sport does. You can't act like it can't be done. Refund. You think they're here to watch Jorge Mateo give up grand slams? Give them their money back. Ah, Jesus Christ, man. This is wild. I mean, have fun if you go anywhere for your sports talking head shows and what have you, because guess who's going to be the talk of the town now? It's going to be us, and it's going to be for the wrong reasons. Did I just hear somebody boo? Imagine deciding, okay, I'm going to boo now. That was the last straw. You just walked a guy. There's two on. That's the last straw. Boo. Oh my God. I'm never going to hear the end of it from any of my colleagues that root for other teams too, by the way. Holy cow. This is, I feel like I'm William Wallace stretched out on the rack right now. I'd yell freedom at the top of my lungs, but, you know, the neighbors. Hey, the bases are loaded again. Folks, you wanna go for that 30 again today? Who's up for 30? Who's up for another 30? Honestly, if the organization doesn't do something after this, I have to take an angle on this team that I really never thought was going to happen on this channel just a year and a month in. Like, as a fan base, this is intolerable. This is absolutely intolerable if you're going to just keep putting out the same lineups and with the same personnel, front office, same everything. I mean, folks, you want to let me look back at some of the results so far this season. Okay? Because look, I get in a given season, good teams, bad teams, you're going to have some lopsided losses. They happen. They just happen. But we are in game number 21. All right? We have lost 8-2. We had a 3-0 shutout, 8-4, another 8-2. We had a 9-0 shutout. We lost 8-3 in that Friday night game where everybody booed us. And here we are looking at a score that looks like betting odds. Like those look like odds for the next UFC fight. 20-1. Okay. Who's in? We've won one series. We've won back-to-back games once. I get it. The starting pitching is suffering with the injuries, but I don't know. Brandon Hyde, they were talking to him like about a week or so ago about like, are you still talking trades? And he's like, every day I pick up the phone and, it's always an open sort of carousel kind of a thing, trying to look for the right arm or something. But in April, it's just typically not really a time when those trades happen. All I know is we should have been able to pull off a trade. I know we couldn't get Burns to stay. I know we couldn't. We offered him $45 million a year. I don't care that the years were a couple of years shorter than whatever. To me, that's a fair offer that if he doesn't want, then fine. It's the fact that we couldn't make a trade. And I know we've got pieces that we can offer to get us back a really, really good arm. And we can't get it done. We haven't gotten it done. Gunnar Henderson's at the plate, leading off the bottom of the eighth. I said, why not just take him out of the game? He really should not be in the game. But I guess Mateo can't play short because he's too busy pitching. So never mind. Folks, I have not brought up the light count since maybe the second inning. Here's a ground ball up the middle, and Gunner's retired. How bad is it? I mean, not bad. 82. There's only 60 something. Well, 70 maybe. 60 70 people here, which is pretty low. It's about half the amount of people are here same time yesterday. So getting the likes up to like 100, probably not happening. But in case you're here and you haven't hit the like button, just, you know, for the love of God. If there was a day I needed some good stats, this was it. 20-1. Adley gets into one, and that ball is going to fly out of here. Bye-bye birdie. Adley Rutschman hits the flag court, and the Orioles have doubled up their offense for the day. Adley's fourth of the season, 404 feet to right, 105 off the bat. Make it 20-2. Fitzy, don't you dare. You look at that scoreline, Fitzy, and you better tread lightly.
Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry.
Better tread lightly, my friend. There's a ground ball to second, and Ryan O'Hearn's out on one pitch. 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. And your boy is ready to pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. Watching the O's right now, for me, that's a sin. Ah, my goodness. Ryan Mountcastle. Popped up. Right field. Fraley, I think, is still out there. Reds might have made changes at this point with this 18-run lead. I don't know. We're going to the 9th inning, though. This shit's almost over. 20-2, Cincinnati. Sanchez to pitch the 9th. Why not? I don't know, B. Ravens, because I don't want him to throw when he doesn't have to, when that arm needs to try to throw runners out. Mateo's arm, based on the fact that he's really not helping the team in any other way right now, I don't really have a whole lot of care for, so I'm hoping Mateo's going out there again. Otherwise, how the hell are we going to get up to that 30-run mark? Don't be so pessimistic. Don't be so pessimistic. I'm not allowed pessimism on this scoreline. You know, Mr. Hyde, I'm usually the one that has to rally people from, you know, giving up too soon. How many games do we go down like 2-0 and everybody's ready to jump ship? It's 20-2, bro. If there's a game I can be pessimistic, please allow me this one. This is a disaster, bro. Okay, we cool? I mean... Oh, so you're just trying to razz me up. All right. All right. Oh, God. We're only 5 grand slams away. Timothus wins Charm City chat comment of the night. Thank you, Timothus. My goodness. Damn, that was hilarious. That's all we need. Yeah, really 4.5 to tie. But if we really want to walk it off, you're going to want to walk it off with that 5th grand slam. It is Sanchez out there? Okay. Well, all right. Did somebody already know that that was going to happen? Somebody guessed that? They had to have known. I would have just kept Mateo out there. God. That ball's crushed. But Ryan O'Hearn's there to make the catch. Hey, folks. Gary Sanchez has gotten the first two batters out. Well, I mean, Jarek, believe me, if you were here for like innings 2 and 3, I was not laughing. I was very far from laughing. But there's only so long you can be angry about something that you watch fall out of your grasp. Realize your manager is, really needs to be questioned right now. And, I know everybody wants to talk about Elias, but look, Elias, his actions are done. I mean, he'll make a waiver pickup here. There might be a trade in July, but for the most part, Mike Elias, his damage is done, right? Like Brandon Hyde is out there every game, trying to help a team win, and right now it doesn't feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more worried about Hyde right now than Elias. Like, Elias is a guy that, like, if they got a new GM, and then, in the next off season, I'm not going to sit here and cry about Elias leaving. I don't think I'm as critical of Elias as the average Oriole fan is, but I don't mind if, after this year they try something new. As long as they got a good idea who that is. But right now you can't help but just be more worried about Brandon Hyde, because the results are more in his hands than in Elias's hands. There's 2 men on and 2 out. Marte up for the 7th. This is the 7th time through the order. Marte hit that grand slam off Mateo. And that's a fair ball and at least another run in. 21-2. 21-2. Hey, folks, it's Easter. It's a holiday, and your boy has suffered immensely. I think it would be great for a super chat to roll in right about now. Tell you what, you send a super chat and you put in a request, whatever that request is, as long as I'm able to grant it, I'll make it happen. That is a BW promise to the first and only first of any super chat. There's a deep fly ball that's going to leave the yard. 24-2. It's a 6-hit game for Austin Wins. The number 9 hitter has 6 hits. I repeat, the number 9 hitter who just hit a 3-run bomb has 6 hits. Yeah, I might need one super chat today. Just one. Folks, you know what happens on a day where I don't get a super chat? I'm just being totally transparent. With the turnouts in the 1,500 range, about $4. $4. This is not the best $4 I've ever earned right here. This is the last out of the inning, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th. Sorry to pander for super chats. It's gotten that ugly. Why not? By the way, it's Tuesday. If you didn't know, there's a day off tomorrow. It's a day off with a road trip coming up, but we're just going to D.C. So, again, if ever there was a time to shake things up, this is it. Because you got an early game here. You got the rest of Sunday. You got all of tomorrow with no need to actually travel. And then you don't play again until Tuesday night. That is a chunk of time to do something about this. Anybody see this score up here? There. It's better if I'm over here. Anybody see this? That means do something. Right? I mean, Gary Sanchez has the best pitching line of the day, all right? Anything else you need to know? Absolute embarrassment. I mean, what is like our run differential right now? Imagine what this game has done to that, you know? Like, this not only is such a bad loss, like, it takes away. I mean, we had an 8-1 win over Kansas City this year. We had a 9-1 win over the Guardians. Westburg is going to the base of the wall and left. He'll have a double to lead off the bottom of the ninth. You're my boy, Westy.
Well, West is that way.
Folks, there's always at least a tiny silver lining. Jordan Westburg now has a couple of hits today, and they're both doubles. So he's trying to get out of that slump. He's got 2 of the Orioles' 6 hits. The Orioles have 6 hits, so does Austin Wins. I mean, when you look at it that way, it's just, again, it's incredible. The Orioles are tied with the Reds' number 9 hitter in hits today. 6. Well, Austin Wins. You know, when I read your name off on the lineup card at the top of the stream, I have to admit, didn't really think you'd have a game like this. Folks, how about this? The 8 and 9 hitters have combined to go 11 for 14 with 13 RBI. Allow me to repeat myself. The 8 and 9 hitters, you know, the guys who aren't supposed to hit, combined 11 for 14 with 13 RBI. You'll never see that again. Two to Holiday. Hit to left. And we'll be caught out there. There might be, there is a couple of changes. Santiago, see, the Reds are smart. They took their star players out of the game. Santiago Espinal has been in the game for Ellie De La Cruz for the last 2 at-bats. I didn't even bother to notice. And Blake Dunn has also come into the game in right field for Jake Fraley. Arias pops up to center. This will be the second out. 1 more out, and I can go to bed. Folks, thanks so much for showing up today. I'm going to go ahead and get to the screen about the matchup on Tuesday night because I can't wait to sign off. No offense to you. I want you to enjoy the rest of your Easter Sunday and not have to suffer any more of this. This has been ridiculous. Just ridiculous, folks. I don't want to go over the. You know me. I'll go over the stats and everything. I'll break a game down. What went right? None of that today, folks. This one is. See you later. Laureano at the plate and a tapper to short. It's going to be a barehanded pickup, but there'll be no play. Jordan Westburg nearly caught off the third base bag. Laureano reaches on an infield hit. There was a Cubs-Phillies game in the 70s that was, both teams were in the 20s. I watched it on YouTube at some point. Strike one on Mullins. Hey, the lineup is turned over for the 5th time for the Orioles today. Yeah, why don't you call me sometime when you have no class? If I could turn back time, if I could find a way. Hey, Mullins, stay fair. Damn it. Said could have added to his team-leading RBI total, but he just missed a ball down the right field line. It's the second most runs scored by the Reds, I think, since the 1800s or something they were saying just now. And that's a called strike 3. This ball game is over. The Orioles had a chance to win back-to-back series for the first time this season. Coming off a pretty inspiring win yesterday. And wow, what a difference a day makes. The Orioles suffer what we have to hope is the worst loss not only of this season, I would hope this decade. We just witnessed it. Final score, Cincinnati 24, Baltimore 2. Next game on the BirdWatcher Channel will be on Tuesday night. The Orioles will be taking on the Washington Nationals down the BW Parkway there. And your pitching matchup will be Dean Kramer against Mitchell Parker. First pitch will be at 6:45. The stream will start at 6:30. Folks, again, just, it's Easter Sunday. Hopefully the weather's good for you. And you got something better to do than this. I know I do. It's called sleep. We will live to fight another day, folks. Look, every game is just a game. Thank goodness these aren't rollover runs, right? Cincinnati can't take 20 of these runs and use them against us later. Although, do we even go to Cincinnati this year? Do we have a reverse? I don't know. Whatever. The point is, it's one game. And it's over now. The beatdown is over. And I'm done. I want to thank everybody in the Charm City chat, particularly for being here for a game like this. Especially to the mods as well, who always do a fantastic job making things nice and charming. Even at a time when What the hell's so charming right now? Oh my God, we absolutely got pummeled. Pummeled. I'll go out with one more reminder, folks. I brought it up now several times, so for some of you, you've heard it maybe more than once. You're ready to never hear it again, but I fell in love with this team in the 88 season when they started 0-21. All right? I can handle this. It can't be this bad for whatever, We just want to see action, right? Show of hands, Charm City chat. Who would like to see some sort of action that people can look at and go, okay, that is the team trying to improve this situation? Anybody kind of hoping we do that, like sooner rather than later? We need that. I swear, even again, if you extended Adley Rutschman, even though it has nothing to do with the results in the field or maybe the chemistry in the clubhouse or whatever, even if you just did that, at least us as fans can maybe digest this score we're looking at right here a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Do something. Okay? I love you, Baltimore Orioles. I love you. All right? This is tough love. All right? I'm not barking at you for any other reason than because I love you. But you need to do something. All right? Eventually, this voice is going to be heard by the right people. I'm going to be doing this so damn long, eventually they're going to hear me. So just in case, I want to make it known. Do something. This is some bullshit right here. Have a good rest of your Easter, folks, and we'll pick it up on Tuesday night. It's really like a 2-day off thing for me. So I'm very fortunate and happy that the timing of this 2-day rest begins now. I'm going to check and see if there's somebody I can send you to, though I don't blame you for not going anywhere and just turning off your phone or computer or whatever you got on. Everything's upcoming, so forget it. Great, I can get out of here. Folks, this is one you don't want to remember. But if you ever feel like you want to inflict some self-harm, you can always go to my archives and rewatch this for your viewing pleasure. Oh my God. 24-2. This has been the BirdWatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Bye, Charm City chat.